All right, Barbara and Bethany, this is Adrian Gomez with 212 Athletes. Sorry it's taking me so long to get this to you. But we're going to look at, the way that she throws when she's playing catch, which is a lot better and different than when she throws from a fielding position. And you can see right away, I'm going to start with the back leg. So back leg is not bent. So she goes from fielding a bent stance to almost a straight leg. And when that happens, she's not really pushing, and you'll notice where her foot goes. It swipes this way. And what that does is you have energy, your back leg energy is going this way, and you want the ball to come forward and straight. So it's a counteracting really everything that she's doing going forward. So it's really hard to throw forward when your back leg's going the opposite way. So what I would like her to do, and let's look at the contrast. Right when she's about to throw, her leg comes off the ground. It's completely off the ground, and then she's throwing with arm. And the leg comes through. But we've got to teach her, and that's why the online program works so well, is there's drills that she can work on her back leg squat. So the back leg squat right now is quite high. I'd like it to be down to 110 degrees. So, what does that look like? Well, it looks like that's 120. 110. So her hips have got to drop to that line, and she's got to stay at a low center of gravity instead of popping up. That's going to help her get the ball out better, and it's going to help her change the direction of her foot, because realistically the foot shouldn't move backwards, it should go forwards. It should be coming this way towards your target. So back leg squat needs work, and that's on our online program. As she drives forward, she's only stepping around, and this isn't the exact angle that I need, but you can understand the angle and what I'm looking for. The leg's only at 66 degrees. So I'd like to get 90 to 110 degrees of legs at plant foot. So right when she plants, it should be upwards of 90 plus to be able to drive off that back leg. So you'll see a significant difference if she's trying to get wider with her legs with the push off. So the further she goes with her front leg, the further she is, the better the angle is going to be. Okay, so that's an indicator of that she's not pushing for very long, and I can already see that. So that's the next one. As she throws, you can see here as she plants, the leg stabilizes and it comes back, and it's pretty good. And I'm looking at the front leg. So at plant leg, it's staying pretty firm, 147 degrees, and then it sucks back, which is what we want. It's good. Now, as she plants here, her knee's inside, it's going inside this way, and it should be directionally towards your target. So that's an issue for baseball and softball. It doesn't matter the sport, but it really is the difference in the hip rotation. So if the front knee's internally rotated, it's really hard for her to rotate around that front leg, which is her break, and that allows her to really throw with a lot of power. So front knee internally rotated, that's an issue. So lower half wise, that's something that she's going to have to work on. Okay, and that's lower half, and I think that's setting up her upper half. That's why. So let's contrast this. So what I'm going to look for is staying back and stacking. So her head is in front of her foot, pretty much the whole time. And what I'd like to see is, I'd like to see this back extend back here, and her head be over back behind her heel, so that she's tilted this way, backwards. Her upper body is. And that way, her knees inside, that looks good. And we want, at the last second, when she plants, everything to drive through with her chest. So you can see her chest stops. So it's all arm. There's no chest because her knees internally rotated. Her back foot's escaping. So you can see how the lower half really sets up. So stacking needs some work, and this all correlates with all of our drills online. So it's $199 a year. You can sign up for it. So that's something that she needs to work on, stacking. Let's look at the front glove. As she comes up, you see this? Her arm goes straight, and that's what I don't want. I don't want arms to be straight, especially the front glove. Then she comes around and pinches, which is fabulous. That's a good pinch. But as soon as you come out, then she's got to come in. So you can see how her front arm straightens, and now it's bending, and it's pinching, and now it's coming around. So I like her arm to stay bent like this. She did it right there, where she didn't come out. But her elbow's too low, so right where she tucks into here, into her armpit, there's no support out of the front shoulder. And right here, there's support in the front shoulder, and that's why she gets out so far. You can see how far her arm goes, and it's because of the front glove. So the front glove needs work. She needs to really throw her front glove when she's fielding, in that fielding practice, and work on. Now there's drills to work on that as well online with the firm front glove. So that needs work. As she's driving, let's look at this. So usually I take a measurement off of both of the shoulders and out to the elbow. It's about 6 degrees low, and you can tell right here where she doesn't really pinch. On this side, she actually does pinch well, but her elbow's really low, so she's going to drag that elbow through and be able to get it out. So that's an issue. It's what we call a low elbow, and that's why she's kind of shot putting that. But it's a low elbow, that's what we call. But it's really caused, a lot of it, by the front glove. You can see how significant difference the front glove is here, and then the difference between the front glove and out of the fielding position. They're not even comparable, not even the same, and that's why the elbow's completely different. So the front glove really dictates what your throwing hand is going to do, and that's huge. That's huge that's a huge revelation. If you can change that, that's a game changer right there. Okay, we're going to worry about chest extension. Now it's going to be a little bit different out of a fielding position than a regular throw. You can tell that her chest isn't coming through. You can see how far the chest comes through here and how far the chest through comes there. But it really